Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats as the colors are presented. Presenting the colors tonight are cadets from the Somerset Lytle JROTC Color Guard team. Commanding and carrying the U.S. flag is Cadet Captain Adrian Emery. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Sergeant First Class Roberto Aguinaga. The two rifle guards are Staff Sergeant Virginia Rodriguez and First Sergeant Josh Nielsen. The Lytle FFA officers whom will be raising the flag tonight are under the direction of Mrs. Brooke Dierking. President Chevy Landwehr, First Vice President David Morales, First Vice President Chloe Moran, Second Vice Presidents Erica Frazier, Jack Henshaw, Cameron Hoffman, and Cody Villarreal. Thank you. You may be seated.
March.
I can barely hear you, Audrey. Just get close up with people's faces. Are they releasing the balloon?
Forward. March.
Please join me in welcoming our special guests this evening. Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Michelle Carroll Smith. Assistant Superintendent Harry Piles. Director of Human Resources and Federal Programs, Mrs. Laura Uribe Center. Board of Trustees in attendance tonight are President Mrs. Leanna Mask, Vice President Nan Boyd, Trustees Mrs. Maria Free, and Mr. Anthony Reyna. We are also honored to share this evening with our high school administration, Vice Principal Mr. William Cross, High School Counselor Mrs. Jennifer Criswell, College Readiness Coordinator, Ms. Catherine Hoffman. And Athletic Director, Ms. Lori Wilson. A special thank you to Mr. Robert Mummy for serving as head senior class sponsor and co-class sponsors, Ms. Jessica Barney, Mr. Paul Estrella, Mrs. Laura Canedo, Mr. Jonathan Jones, Mr. Frank Hernandez, Mr. Robert McConaughey, Ms. Keandra White, and Ms. Christina Benavides. Before we begin the commencement ceremony tonight, we would like to take this time to honor one of our Lytle High School graduates that has passed away. Christian passed away during the first semester of his senior year. In honoring him tonight, students are wearing blue cords and will have a balloon release. At this time, I ask that we have a moment of silence as we release the balloons in honor of Christian Trejo. Tonight, we'd like to honor Christian, and accepting a certificate on his behalf is Mr. Paul Soria. Mrs. Smith, members of the Board of Trustees, parents, guests, and members of the graduating class of 2018. It is my honor to welcome you to the Lytle High School commencement ceremony. We are gathered to celebrate the journey that has led these young men and women to tonight and wish them well as they embark on the next chapter in their lives. Graduation is a momentous occasion. Emotions run high as happiness for this accomplishment is mixed with the sadness that comes with the end of youth and knowing that a chair sits empty where a classmate dear to you should be sitting. This year has been one filled with happiness, sadness, celebrations, struggles, and confusion. Together, we have overcome adversity and shared many joyous events. In the past few years, we have grown closer and created bonds. We have watched as our bonds grew tighter, as is often seen in communities like ours. But these are more than bonds. The class of 2018 and faculty has become a family, loving and supporting each other. I am thankful for that because you have leaned on each other and helped one another get you through your senior year. And now, as each of you graduates forge forward in your pursuits, this support, as well as the support from your family, will carry you forward and through the next year. As time passes, remember the time you spent at LHS. Hold close to your heart the memories made here. Keep in touch with your fellow graduates, teachers, counselors, and administrators. We look forward to hearing of your successes. Above all, remember that Lytle is your home and you will always be welcome here. Thank you. Tonight's opening remarks will be delivered by Mr. Patrick Garcia, Class Vice President.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, faculty, alumni, parents, grandparents, and of course, graduates, to the Lytle High School 2018 graduation ceremony. Before we begin, I want to have a round of applause for all the parents, guardians, and staff that have helped shape the brilliant and not so brilliant young minds that stand before us. I would also like to take a second to address my family. Mom, thank you for being my backbone. You have had such an impact on my life goals. I know that I can do no wrong by you and that you'll always support my choices. Dad, I hope that I'm everything you want me to be and more. You're the type of man I will always aspire to be. Megan, in case you were wondering, I love you and always will. I'm happy that I have such a caring person as my sister. I love you guys. Well, What can I say that Victoria and Antonio won't? I'm not first in the class, or second. So my speech isn't supposed to be as like heartwarming or sappy, so I'm just gonna like do like 3 points. Point number 1. We as a class are basically losers. However, that isn't to say that we can't accomplish great things. The amount of us who plan to continue our education past high school is pretty astounding. For those who aren't continuing their education, I'm sure they have some sort of plan. Whatever we decide to go do, be it becoming a doctor, a lawyer, a business CEO, or a mall cop, any one of us will be fantastic candidates at these jobs. However, to be great at something isn't simply to be effective at your job. Greatness stems from passion, which is what we as a class have really shown. Whether your passion be making, they censored my word, YouTube videos, playing children's card games, or making red velvet cupcakes to win presidency, you must always be sure that the passion you possess is real. My passion is Yu-Gi-Oh!, the children's card game, as most of you know. And I don't mean to brag, but I can most likely send half of you guys to the Shadow Realm. So, we all have the ability to do great things as long as we put our full efforts into any task we face. Sorry, I have like a little cat toy in front of my face. Point number 2, we are not the center of the universe. Right, Tori? Although at this moment in time we are being celebrated for making it to the end of our senior year, by Tuesday we'll no longer be relevant and we'll be nobodies. Although It's all good though. We may not be the most important people in existence, but that isn't to say that we don't matter. Although your choices won't be world-changing, you should focus on the people that you will affect when making decisions. Point number 3. Life often seems unfair, but how you react is what truly matters. Through your life, you will most likely experience a great deal of disappointment. Your first major breakup, losing your job, or having Infinity Wars spoiled. Whatever letdown you go through, there is a way to handle every situation. Initial responses are always the most extreme because those are the points where emotion is raw and uncontained. The best reactions occur after you have a period of self-reflection. This echoes bad. As in, after I thought about it, I realized it was my fault that I watched 3 videos labeled as Infinity War spoilers. All right, basically, you need to not act like you're always the victim. Sometimes you're a part of the issue, and you need to learn that the world doesn't change. You do. Really, truly, I don't know any more than you guys on what we should do with our lives. If you like what I said, use it. If you don't, then don't. Just know that after tonight, we're going to go through a bigger change than we're used to. I hope everyone has a good time tonight. Bye.
At this time, I would like for all the graduates that took 1 or more dual credit college courses to please stand. These students in total exceeded 600 college hours, which is an exceeding amount over $500,000 in tuition savings. Thank you. You may be seated. Tonight, delivering the salutatorian speech is Miss Victoria Simmons.
Okay, I would like to apologize in advance just in case I start crying. Okay, so just ignore that, please. Okay. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and especially class of 2018. It is an honor to be speaking tonight, and I would like to take a second to introduce myself. My name is Victoria Simmons. I have attended Lytle schools since pre-kindergarten and am the class salutatorian. In the fall, I will be attending Texas A&M University at College Station, studying to attain a degree in business management. Now, I would like to speak directly to my classmates. Well, class of 2018, This is it. Yep. We have been preparing for this moment for 13 years. I can confidently say that high school flew by in a matter of minutes. I still do not believe we are actually graduating, but instead, I feel like I will still see Shy in anatomy on Monday, have had 13 first days of school, have been educated in 5 different buildings, magnificent. Only students from small schools understand embarrassing details of everyone's childhood. For example, Samantha Perez is in love with Adam Levine. Alice McMeans has a deep affinity for plants. Justin Sakula, being the coolest guy in school, loves wearing colorful socks. And Michael Bradshaw's true calling is to be a lab safety monitor. And I bet you all did not know that our valedictorian did not know the school song until Tuesday. Also, Connor Martinez ate a butterfly in junior high. Okay. I cringe looking back to elementary and junior high. After I share a few of the stories, it was 5th grade when Matthew Sweeney had a hole in his pants, yep. Most of you outside our class did not realize that Ernesto Serna was the man who broke up Pangea and is a pro with animals. Rest in peace, Popeye and Pepito. Miss Hoffman, or should I say Aunt Cassie, thank you for constantly putting our best interests in mind, and thank you for not babying us. It is because of you that some of us are graduating as college sophomores with over 30 hours, and it is because of you that college is even possible for some. Even though I am not going to attend high school anymore, I will still be texting you before 9 p.m. to ask stupid questions that I do not understand. I love you so much and cannot begin to describe how thankful I am for you. A few more teachers I would like to recognize are Mr. Mahalik, Coach Ruiz, and Miss Barney for being excellent influencers and putting up with us. But the last teacher I would like to recognize has a very deep and personal connection to me. Mr. Fender, you have been like a second father and have taught me how to express myself through music, and for that, I am eternally grateful. When I wrote this section of my speech, I started tearing up because I realized how much I will miss you, and these last 8 years have flown by so fast. Thank you for showing me how women should be treated by men and to only settle for the best. Thank you for taking care of me, hugging me when I've cried, making me laugh, and giving me memories that will last a lifetime. Thank you for molding me into the young woman I am today. And just to let you know, right after I throw my cap into the air, I'm going straight to you as members of my family. And I'm not looking to the woman that deserves the most praise, Mom. Thank you for always motivating me to do my best, putting my needs first, helping me with homework, driving me to that it'll take me a lifetime to pay you back. From primary to now, you have been my best friend and have given me lows to thinking about my future. You are the strongest woman I have ever met, and if I turn out with at least half your strength, I will be happy. I love you so much, Mom. Thank you for always making sure I'm happy and making me feel like I matter. I will do my very best to make you proud, and yes, I love you too. Okay. On to Dad and Mama. Thank you for never forgetting about me, even when I would not come home for over a month because I was busy with school activities. Living in Bernie has not been easy for our relationship, but if anything, made our connection stronger, along with all 4 of my amazing siblings. Thank you for always making time for my band concerts and volleyball games, even when you had to drive for 2 hours to see me play for 30 minutes. Seeing you all every other weekend made me so excited, and I cannot put into words how good it felt to finally see you guys after a long time. Anyways, I love you all so much and will continue to make you proud as well. And I'll try and be quick for these next 2 recognitions, I promise. To Mimi and Papa, without going to your house for breakfast every morning, without Mimi's migas, I would have probably flunked out of school. So thank you for your unconditional love and support. I love you more than tongue can tell. Finally, to Gracie, Manuel, Sammy, and April. You have all taken care of me since I was 2 months old. You know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child? Well, it's true. You all made me embrace my culture while teaching me right from wrong. Thank you for always being just a call away and moving the earth for me. Gracie, you mean the absolute world to me. As I said to my mom, I can never repay you for what you have done for me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for taking me in as your own. Now, allow me to introduce the concept of life to you. According to Urban Dictionary, the meaning of life is to find happiness. After tonight, we will have to find new things that make us happy, like balancing finances or paying a mortgage. Even though high school is over, this does not define who we are. Our past grades, friends, extracurriculars, parents, and siblings do not define us either. The only thing that defines us is our happiness and will to keep trying. After high school, we will be tasked with joining the world outside our city limits. Some of us will go to college, work, and even join the military. But the one thing we all have in common is Lytle. Being a pirate and sharing these memories will never fade, as long as we remember where we are from. As we grow up, remember to always try and be happy. That is the key to life. Life is not about the destination, but the journey. The whole point of reading a book is to enjoy the expedition it provides. Always remember that life is what you make it. So be the best person you can be and live. Thank you very much.
You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. Oh, the door said please, said thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. I love you ain't no pickup line, so always stay humble and kind. Oh, the door said please, said thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When those dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the world when it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget, turn back around. Help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind.
Tonight, delivering our valedictorian speech is Mr. Antonio Gonzalez.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Antonio Gonzalez, and I'm this year's valedictorian of Lytle High School's class of 2018. I would like to begin by stating how honored I am to speak in front of you tonight. We have all been so anxious for this moment, and by we, I mean every single parent, family member, friend, educator, and of course, graduate of tonight's commencement ceremony. Here we are, class of 2018. We have been waiting for this moment for a long time now, haven't we? It seems like it was just yesterday we were freshmen ready to conquer the world. Well, maybe at least conquer adolescence. We were so clueless and for some even scared of what high school may bring. Who knew the senior hallway was Mrs. Wolf's karaoke stage? Who would have thought Mrs. Hoffman's yelling would all have us ducking for the nearest cover? There was just so much to look forward to, and we all wanted to make the best of it. Look at us now, less than an hour away from being alumni of Lytle High School. Thank you. We should all be proud of our diversity, our accomplishments against adversity, and the work we do to represent the Lytle community. One young man is in our minds and our hearts tonight. Christian Trejo was a student of the class of 2018 before he passed away fighting cancer. Christian was actually the first one to receive his diploma last fall. Tonight, as every graduate receives their diploma, Christian will be amongst us in spirit. We love you, Christian. The past 4 years have been interesting to say the least. One may compare the experience to a roller coaster ride of sorts, ups and downs, lefts and rights, and of course twists and turns. It was all captured in the past 4 years of high school, and to be honest with you, I'm glad I rode this coaster with you guys. Yes, it is amazing to say we accomplished something great, though let us not forget every individual that supported us along the way. On behalf of the class of 2018, I want to thank all administration and faculty, teachers, family, friends, and the many more who helped us on the journey. I also want to take the time to thank every individual and organization who has supported tonight's graduates in scholarship funds. For myself, the journey has been one to remember, thanks to a few special people that surround my life. Para mi abuelita Elva y tía Luisa, gracias por todo el apoyo que me han dado y por todas sus oraciones. Las quiero mucho. My parents, hi Mom. My mom has done so much for me, whether it be for school or at the house. Thank you for being a strong motherly figure and pushing me to do my best, even if it is 6 hours away at Texas Tech. Now, Dad. My dad has always said I got the smarts from my mom's side, but I guess I'll cut him some slack today. Thank you, Dad, for your years of advice and wisdom. Thank you for your service in the military and your countless sacrifices. I love you, Mom and Dad. My brother, thank you for keeping me on my toes and giving me your great brotherly advice. I love you, Ruben. My dog, for being a good boy. His name is Dexter, in case any of y'all are wondering. And of course, my wonderful extended family, including every aunt, uncle, primo, prima, and that second cousin that still owes me $20. There were plenty of difference makers at home that had an influence on me one way or another, though I'd also like to take the time to recognize a few significant people that made an impact on me inside the classroom. My beautiful friends, Hannah and Cammie, You guys have been so supportive of me, whether it was to continue my homework on a busy night or if it was to reassure me to procrastinate and get some Sonic 30 minutes later. Love y'all. Miss Mueller, you have been nothing short of supportive. Thank you for your help with UIL and your work as an NHS sponsor, where we spent a lot of time collaborating for maintained efficiency. Ms. Hoffman, thank you for playing such a large role in my success. Senior year was stressful, juggling a lot on my plate, and you were there to guide me through every rough patch and every bump on the road. Thank you for not feeling obligated, but instead feeling inspired to help students. Last but certainly not least, Mr. Cerna. Mr. Cerna was and always will be my favorite teacher from high school. I now aspire to become a high school teacher because of you, sir. I even did research on the job, but one thing wondered on my mind. Should I be worried you lost all your hair while teaching? Anyways, thank you, Mr. Cerna, for being so inspiring and being the only one eligible to say, "What is up, people?" Every graduate leaving tonight will be embarking on their own journey into a life after high school. You see, I'm trying to avoid using the cliched term of entering the real world because the world is only what you make of it. This is important to understand. Life after high school is filled with opportunity waiting to be taken. Many of us, including myself, can admit that we passed on a few opportunities in high school because we were either afraid or anxious of what the end result may be. Graduates, we must change our habits as soon as we walk the stage tonight. We must not be afraid of what is asked of us under any circumstance. Take the chance. Yes, we may not fully accomplish what is asked of us by these opportunities, though you are not failing yourself by rolling the dice. True failure is only received if you do not try. Missed opportunity is the enemy of hindsight. I leave you with this. Leave your comfort zone. The great Joshua Gamboa of Lytle's class of 2018 once said, "If you're not put into an uncomfortable situation every day, then you're not growing." This is powerful, especially coming from a young man like Josh, because it is very true. Do not be afraid of the end result, because whether it is expected or not, you are still gaining valuable knowledge that may be utilized for future use. It is time to stop living in a confined box. Instead, break open and become determined. Have that discussion with your professor. Apply for that job. Do whatever you believe is necessary in order to achieve success, because in the end, whether you think you completed the task or not, you can say you gave it your best shot. Once again, congratulations, class of 2018. Make a difference, be memorable, and always remember, it's a great day to be a pirate. Thank you.